3 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, talking some more camp invention with us, Peggy Bohlin Black this morning. Good morning, Peggy.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
We were just talking the lunar eclipse last night, and seeing if you were out with a group downtown here, with
Right.
some telescopes and everything out, seeing it firsthand there. So
Right, with the Roswell Astronomy Club.
yeah,
Good
very
group of people.
Good deal. Why this is why they are in the astronomy club, is for nights like last night.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's the whole point of being a part of it. So you get to see these cool. Now, a lot of us probably just walked out the backyard and took a look at it there, but you guys got the up close and personal on the telescope there. So
We did.
depending on how powerful it is, you can probably see a lot of cool stuff through there. You know,
Oh, yes.
just based on my telescope from when I was a kid, I had that was matter of fact. I got that around the time of Halley's Comet. If you remember when Halley's Comet was coming through in the 80s.
Right.
And so my dad got me for Christmas that year a telescope. And sure enough, we were out in the front yard because that was during a window of a couple weeks, if I remember right, with Halley's Comet. You could see it in the sky. And so we got out there a couple of the nights and went through there and all that cool stuff. So
Nice.
It was neat, cool. So kind of like that last night. So. Well, that transitions to what we're about to talk about next, because
Yes.
if you got kids that were like hounding you about seeing the lunar eclipse last night and loving all that kind of stuff, well, then you probably want to listen up, because we've got a week of fun in store for them with Camp Invention. This camp's been going on for many years now, and it's a day camp, week-long summer day camp here for elementary age kids, and they work on 4 different fun STEM and STEAM related projects, and each year they're different projects, and all of them teach them various elements about science. It could be space, could be earth science, could be like biology, things like that, or it could be even some of the art stuff, with creating and things like that, but engineering, math, science. I mean, it kind of covers all the gamuts, and it does it in a fun way where these kids get 4 unique projects that, by the way, they get to take home and show off to their friends and all that stuff
true.
too.
Yes.
So it really is a fun week for kids. That's full of really disguised education and learning.
Yes.
That's kind of
It really
what it is.
is.
Yeah. The kids are they're looking at it as these fun little group projects where they're, making aquatic fish in little fish tanks and things like that. But they're really understanding the principles of mechanics there. They're learning biology about fish and how they work in their environments and things like that. And that's just one of the 4 projects they do that with.
True.
So that's in a nutshell. That's kind of what Camp Invention is about.
You summed it up very well. You're in charge. You're now
There
the
you go.
director.
I got
Congratulations.
Nice. Do I get a hat? No.
I have an extra. I can bring
you
you.
can make that happen?
I
Good,
can.
good.
I can.
But again, this is kids entering kindergarten through 6th grade. That's the age bracket that the camp is kind of geared towards. However, if you have a student that's a little older, middle school age, there's an opportunity for them too. It's called their LIT program, their Leader in Training program, and this is for kids entering 6th through 9th?
Yes.
Yes. And
No. Sorry. Entering 7th through 9th.
7th through 9th. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
a
thinking
year
of the
off.
campers.
6th, they're still campers.
Yes.
7th through 9th grade.
Right.
And they get to learn the program and participate, but also they kind of are like assistants to the counselors. And so they might help organize the event, keeping the kids in line, or helping them, when kids are having problems with their projects, they're helping them kind of to help with the working of the projects, things like
Right,
that.
and helping the teachers too, who are
being
there.
assistant to the teachers and the counselors here. But at the same time, you get to play and have fun, but you kind of get to be a leader at the same time.
Right, they're learning leadership skills.
Which, by the way, kids usually that age kind of, when they feel pretty cool when they get to be like part of the leadership side.
Right.
Oh, I'm in the inside club. So your kid will probably feel kind of special doing it too. So, but anyway, now the week of this camp is going to be June 6th through June 10th. And so it's coming up pretty quick. We're less than a month away, folks. And it's going to be once again at First United Methodist Church there on Pennsylvania, 200 North Pennsylvania. And it'll run daily 9 to 3:30 during that week. If that does not work for you, if you're thinking, well, I got to be work earlier, I can't get them, then, but wait, there's more. We've got more opportunities. There's an opportunity for an extended camp. And for folks that maybe the 9 to 3:30, they can't pick them up or they can't drop them off in
Right.
time. But there is an extended camp that runs from 7:30 to 5:30, and it's really more camp. It's not like they put them in a room and say, all right, sit here quietly till 9:30 or sit here till your mom comes
Right.
get you.
Exactly.
No, they're in there doing more camp stuff and doing all that. There is an additional fee for that, which we'll go over all that here in a minute. But if you want a fun week of camp with your kid and them doing STEM and doing all this stuff, and I've said this 1,000 times, but in the world we live in now with COVID, every single child is behind the curve on this. I don't care how much extra work you've done, they need more. We're just not there. And things like Camp Invention are the key to fill some of these gaps that have been left in their educational void because of COVID. And and in this way, it's not hard. Like, it's not, your kid isn't going to look at it like this is homework. They're going to look at it like, oh man, we did a camp today. They ran around, we had fun and played. We built this sweet, fish tank, or we built this sweet, different arcade, marble arcade, whatever it is. Whatever project is they're working on that day, they do. And then they'll come home and tell you all about it. And then they probably want to take them to show and tell that first week of school, assuming they don't, kids are kids. They break things and lose things.
Well, during the summer. This is at the beginning of the summer. They have a great opportunity all summer long to play with this instead of being on the computer or their phone.
Absolutely, yeah. Or, maybe this sparks an interest. And now
That's
that they
true.
got this, they get excited, and then they maybe take advantage of some of the things, other free things going on, like at the library or things like that, some of the STEM projects and things happening there. Maybe you're lighting that fire for them to get interested in maybe space or rockets or
Engineering.
and engineering or fish or animals. Maybe
That's right.
Maybe they want to be a vet or a zookeeper or something, and so they'll get really into the biology side of things, or maybe they love to fidget and make things. So they're going to love some of the engineering projects we got on their hands. That's what Camp Invention's about. So let's talk money a little bit here. Cost for the camp
Is $255.
Yes. However, you can save $15 if you register before the 18th, which is a couple days away, 2 days
Because
away.
the offer expires on that day.
Yes. If you go to invent.org/camp, that'll take you to the Camp Invention website. You're going to see a little drop box, find a camp near you, so a little box there. Just type in there, Roswell, New Mexico. Hit enter, and all the information for this year's Camp Invention will magically appear before your eyes.
That's right.
There, you can sign up for the camp. If you sign up before the 18th, there's a little spot where you can enter our offer code. If you enter the offer code EXPLORE15, no space, all one word, they're going to knock $15 off of your total cost. But you got to do that before the 18th.
Right.
Now, if that is something that you would like, but you need more of a discount, you're thinking, man, I can't afford $250. I got 3 kids I want to go to camp.
Right, exactly.
Or
even one.
One kid, $250 is a lot of money. I get.
Well,
I hear you.
I mean, nowadays the times are tough.
Absolutely. Good news is, thanks to some generous donors in our community, Peggy has access to partial scholarships. If you need help, if you say you need $15 or $25 and cut it, I need a bigger discount here. Talk to Peggy. You're going to book or sign up your children through her direct. You won't go to the website here.
Exactly.
But you make that, and we'll tell you how to do that here in a bit. But reach out to Peggy. Peggy will talk with you, hear what you need here, and then act accordingly. But while there's money to be given out, she's going to give it all out. So the only way you can stop her is by not giving money. So don't stop her. Keep giving us money. That's the other thing. If the money doesn't get used, and you can donate directly through Camp Invention too. You don't have to cut a check to Peggy. There's a way through the Camp Invention too, depending on how you feel comfortable doing all that stuff.
Right, but they wouldn't write the check to me.
Yeah, exactly. It's all done directly through Camp Invention.
Yes.
They hold the pot. They hold the money.
They do. I have nothing.
But whatever monies doesn't get used this year rolls over to next year. So that money is used for one thing and one thing only, to help kids go to camp.
Right, the scholarship money.
So if there's anybody listening that's strong STEM, loves this, and thinks this is a great thing to back behind, if you can support by reaching out to Peggy, calling the same number, and saying, hey, I heard I'd like to contribute a whatever, $100, $1,000, $2, whatever it is.
Right, exactly.
Whatever you'd like to contribute to help kids go to camp here. But if you need that help, call Peggy direct. And here's the phone number. You can reach out to her at 575-420-9955. Again, that's 575-420-9955. And just call her. Leave a voicemail if you don't get her live there. She is a busy lady that's going about 10 different things right now.
Yeah.
Getting ready for camp in a couple of weeks. So it's a little busy. And oh, by the way, she has another life too, of family and other things going
That's right.
on. So she's gonna be busy. That you can also shoot her an email, pbohlin2016@gmail.com. That's PBOHLIN 2016@gmail.com. Shoot an email there as well. And of course, if you just have general questions about the camp too, you can always go and call her or email.
That's right.
However, if you go to the website I mentioned earlier, invent.org/camp, or just go directly to invent.org, there you can learn all about Camp Invention. It's a national. This isn't just here in Roswell. It's all over the country, and they have different camps all over the country. And it's put together by the Inventors Hall of Fame. They're the ones that created this, and it's a STEM-based camp. It's weekly, and so the camp that's here in Roswell is going to be just like the one that's in New York, and the one that's going to be in Chicago, and things like that. Different people run it, but same curriculum, same plan, same everything. So if you have family in other parts of the country too that you think, man, Johnny's going to be doing Camp Invention here in Roswell, you guys in Virginia ought to look
Check
into it. So,
oh yes,
but go to invent.org, read all about Camp Invention, how it got started, what it's about. Learn specifically about the different modules, which Peggy will tell us a bit more about here in a minute. But learn exactly what they're going to be doing that week at camp. And of course, you can sign up there. And if you need more help financially, call Peggy direct and get that done. But we don't want to make not enough money the reason why a child doesn't go to Camp Invention.
Right, and I still have a nice chunk of money.
Yes, we
share.
But we got to get people to reach out and ask for it.
Reach out, exactly. Yeah. And I really hope that 10 people call me this morning.
Yeah.
We
really want to give away this money.
We really do. And I mean, I've helped families with 3 kids before.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like, okay,
yeah,
how can I help you?
If you're dropping $1,000 for a week of camp, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, and I'm definitely here to help you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why that's why I come on the radio, to get the word out, to make sure everybody understands.
There are some great people.
I am here to help. I don't bust my hiney to get scholarship money so that I don't help people. I mean, obviously
this isn't
that's
just
my goal.
fun for you.
No. Although
she enjoys it.
It is a challenge.
But that's not why she's doing it. She's doing it because she wants to help kids in our community and have fun with us. And to be honest,
if a parent really wants a kid to go, I'm here.
And as a parent yourself, your kids went through these programs and got so much benefit. Matter of fact, some of your kids' careers now are directly related to some Camp Invention, STEM-like things that they've learned and stuff. So she sees the proof in the pudding directly with her own family, and that's why she's been heavily involved with it for many moons after her kids have long and grown.
Well, sure, my oldest now is married, but he's an engineer, but he's married. He has a house. He lives in Nashville, but
Camp Invention was in the roots.
It was, because being an engineer, he was able to do all that.
Yeah. So please come. And here's the thing I'm trying to impress upon you is your kid's going to think it's just a fun week of camp of doing a bunch of stuff, interacting, hanging out with kids, meeting friends, making friends, all of that. And oh, by the way, they just learned a ton of science in a week. They learned, and they're going to take that information and learn science and math and all of this stuff in practical ways. And that's
definitely.
And that's the difference. And I think that would be my problem. I think I personally would be better at math and science if I was taught about it in a way that made to a point where I could see it in action. I'm not one of those ones that can go do chemistry formulas and stuff. I'm like, I have no concept. I don't care. Unless you can tell me what I'm going to do with this thing, I don't care that O2, this and that. I just don't, it doesn't register with me.
Right.
But if you're like, see, this is how we make this. And oh, by the way, it's chemistry. We're going to, by the way, how we make your milkshake? It's chemistry. Let me show you how. And that's what Camp Invention does, is it takes these concepts that if you explain them on the surface are going to be like glassed over eyes, deer in headlight, what? When's snack time?
Yes.
But you know,
and we have that.
yeah. But this presents that in a way where they don't realize that they just learned, I don't know, the concepts of gravity now, or the concepts of the biology of a fish, you know, and that's what this Camp Invention's about. And so hopefully at the end of the week, your kids, you know, next thing you know, your kid may all of a sudden have an interest in something science related. You don't know. They just, till you expose them, especially elementary age kids. You know, I'm not a parent, so I'm not the most qualified, but just from my opinion, if you're not throwing as much stuff at the wall for these kids to see what sticks, to find their interest. I mean, I think our role as parents, yes, we want to teach them and educate them, but at the same time, we've got to expose them into as much stuff so they can find their niche, to find their
That's
path,
right. That's right.
and find the thing that makes them wake up in the morning and get it excited. You know,
Right.
that's what we have to help them do, and I think Camp Invention is one of the best tools out there to do that.
Right. I mean, I told you the one son's an engineer. The other one went into zoology and geology.
Yeah.
So there you go. Like robotic aquatics.
Yeah,
There- And he had to take I think it's called ichthyology. That's a study of fish
Oh, wow.
in college. Now, robotic aquatics could have maybe helped.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Well, there is that story of the movie that's based off a true story about the dolphin that was
Yes,
born.
dolphin's tail.
Yeah. Easy enough to remember, but that's exactly marines and
Right.
biology and science working together, where they've created an artificial tail for
Right.
a dolphin so it can continue to swim in the ocean. And you know, that's a rarity, but that's science. That's the pairing of this
Exactly.
worlds we talk about. And how many people would love to have those opportunities to be in that next envelope we push in the science world? You know, that's
Exactly.
think
It'd be
about
amazing.
it. Every single thing we take for granted nowadays, somebody pushed an envelope to make it happen. Mm-hmm. You know, the radio we're talking on here, somebody pushed the envelope to discover we could do this. You know, even, you know what I mean? Everything we take
Definitely.
and do for granted, all of it. So whatever's coming next for us, whether it's non-verbal communication or whatever it is, whatever's next in our history of evolution of science and everything. The kids that are at Camp Invention, they're going to be a part of that, and they all learn it because they learned about robotic fish, or fish in a fish tank, or they learned about a marble arcade or something like that. And so
Right.
they're able to pair the creative and the science together because once you do that, the sky's the limit. If you know the science and on what the laws of science are and what you can and cannot do, what's next for you? You know, I mean, just even look at like physical activity and things like parkour. You know, that parkour
yes.
where people.
Uh-huh.
When I was a kid, to see people run up a wall, you would have said, "What is that, Spider-Man?" You would have
Exactly.
never. But science has shown us that we as humans can do more than we think we can, and that's science has shown us that, and I attribute that to the same, you know, parkour and all that. It's because somebody's looking. It's like, I watch cartoons all day. I saw people run. How can I now? They're like, science has let me look. It's all about physics, balance. If we can do it, we just got to believe. And
Right,
and that's
exactly.
where science gives creativity the ability to believe it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
And that's and I don't get way deep here, but that in a nutshell, that's Camp Invention. You're stirring that pot. You're starting that. You're planting those seeds in your children to someday maybe the next person that created. Maybe they're the next
The cure
Elon
for cancer.
Maybe they're the next Elon Musk. Maybe
That's
they're
right.
the next Nikolai Tesla. Whatever it is, maybe they're that next person. You know.
Right.
So sign up for camp.
I know, really. You're like the best spokesperson around.
I believe in my heart, these are the little things that make a community better. You know what I mean? By having these opportunities for our families, for our kids, it's so easy to just sit in your little bubbles and live your little lives and do things, and then you wonder why things aren't right in the world, and you're saying this, and if you're not actively trying to make it better, then you're part of the problem, I think. And I think things like Camp Invention actively try to make it better. Giving kids an opportunity to learn, to have fun. That's the thing is because I'm one of those kids that science and stuff is pretty cool, But because let's face it, I don't think I was taught in a fun way. I think it was all about, here's a textbook, learn it, know it, and I didn't. And to this day, I'm very sadly lacking in science and math. I'm great at English and history and all that, but science and math, that's my weak links because I don't think I was taught in a way that sparked my interest.
Right. It was boring.
Yeah.
I mean, we opened a book in science. Oh, great. Let's.
Exactly. But if someone said, this is what they're doing with it.
Right. Hands-on. What Camp Invention does.
And I'm like, oh, who knows? Maybe I would have been an astronaut or
exactly.
Or the guy that designs the next, vehicle that takes us to Mars and back, whatever it is, So please think about it. Sign up for Camp Invention. Let your kids come and really experience this opportunity where and I know we've been talking a lot about science, but all the other ancillary stuff like interpersonal communication, talking to people face to face,
teamwork,
working on a problem and solving it together.
Yeah,
these are skill sets
invention.
that they will learn this week that are very, very hard to teach in any other environment other than in a group setting. You can't teach a kid how to work well with others unless you put them in a room with others. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And so Camp Invention fosters all of that too. So even if the kid maybe at the end of the week the kid's like, well, you know what, science isn't for me. But guess what? Now that kid has a whole week of leadership skills by working in groups, understanding communications, being able to, and who knows, maybe made a friend or two. That's
right.
There's, I know we're focusing so much on the STEM part of things, but all the other parts of that a kid needs to have and to be exposed to grow up to be mature, good, well-rounded individuals, they learn at Camp Invention as well too. That there's society is much better off when we all have the skills to learn how to work, deal, and talk with each other. And Camp Invention fosters that. So,
right. So let me mention a few things.
Yes, let's talk the fun part and talk about some of the camp and all that.
So the 4 modules are robotic aquatics, and you've mentioned that a few times.
Yeah.
So you get a little robotic fish and actually a little jellyfish as well. In the little fish tank.
So it's not one but 2 fish.
That's right. Yeah. Redfish, bluefish. Another one is called Space Cation.
Yes.
They make astro-armed devices, mine asteroids, and look at ice volcanoes.
Cool. So think of like the big arm on the space shuttle kind of thing.
Yes, exactly.
That's the principle behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Canadarm. And then we have the National Inventors Hall of Fame, NIHF's The Attic.
Yeah, that doesn't flow. NIHF
it does not.
Doesn't flow as well as some others.
And that one, they're working with chemistry and doing spin art. So there's the art component.
Yeah, there's the STEAM part in the STEM. Yeah,
that's right. And then the last one is with physics. It's Marble Arcade. You mentioned that one.
Yeah.
And they make an arcade, and they learn about gravity and physics and the whole thing with the marble going down,
Not to mention the physical side, hand-eye coordination.
Yes.
How many people have sat and tried to do marble arcades and spend hours because I'm so close, right? You know what I mean? You get and all of that develops hand-eye coordination, things like that, and in a different way other than playing video games. It's a physical thing. Plus, at the same time, they're learning. They're learning physics while they're learning hand-eye coordination. They're understanding angles and things like that. Oh, too much of an angle, it's going in the hole. Not enough an angle, it's not moving.
That's right.
That's where they learn all that. And then they learned, I would even say, like for parents wanting to teach golf to their kids, start them with a marble arcade. You want to turn them, kind of give them the concept of how greens work and the hills and everything, how they break. A marble arcade's kind of a rudimentary lesson in that a little bit, So that, again, cool stuff.
Well, we also have Camp Invention games.
Okay.
And that's when they go outside and they don't actually just stand around or run around with no purpose.
Gotcha.
Camp Invention games, there's actual games that we have.
Organized
that's in the
sets
curriculum.
of games.
Organized sets of games that the assistant director runs. And then, that the kids love that. They go outside.
Sure, burn off a little energy.
Burn off, it's going to be the beginning of June. So it's going to be, it's 101 now.
Right.
So, we make sure the kids.
Maybe it'll get a little cooler.
We remind the parents, put sunscreen on your child before they come to camp, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because they are outside.
Absolutely.
Weather
and probably
permitting.
if they can, bring a little bottle so they can reapply later as needed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So the cost of the camp, let's review that.
Yes.
It's $255 with a $15 discount until it expires. The discount
On the
code
18th.
expires the 18th of May. Explore 15. They register online at invent.org/camp or 800-968-4332.
yes.
They can call that number. Also, we do need some parent volunteers. So I was thinking that those living in Artesia, Ruidoso, that aren't super close, even Roswell, that's fine. I mean,
Sure.
we need them. But those who live outside of town, if they drive in, they want, with the price of gas, they wouldn't want to drive home and drive in and drive home
Right.
every day. They could drive in, stay, volunteer at the camp,
Yeah.
and then drive the child home. That would save a lot on gas.
Absolutely.
And so it's a win-win situation.
Sure.
You know, the child gets to go to camp. I get a volunteer.
Yeah.
You know, I can help with discounts.
And then all
the
you get to
whole
meet
thing.
new people and have some fun too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something to think about if
Yeah.
you're
Do
out
camp
of town.
together.
Right.
You know,
You Hagerman, Dexter.
Yeah.
I mean, all of those towns, like Arthur.
mom and kid or dad and kid or
Right.
whatever. Yeah.
Right. If that's possible, or grandma and kid.
Yeah, or grandma
I mean,
and kid, yeah.
that's the possibility.
Absolutely.
But also, I do have scholarship money. I still have a good chunk, and I'm willing to help a bunch of people.
Sure.
They just have to call me.
Yeah, you got to reach out.
Please call me at 575-420-9955.
And don't be
I have
embarrassed.
the
Don't
money.
be anything.
No,
the money
no,
is
no,
here
no.
for that reason, and
No.
we get it. $250 is a steep bill for
It
a
is.
lot of families, and all of us would balk at that a little bit. So,
Oh, yeah.
So if you need help
That's
there,
why I'm here.
we got some great people that want to donate money and do this, and let's face it, the more you are the more that you're accepting and taking of it, the more people we can get to donate money.
Yes.
And that's what because these people, the people that are donating, want to make sure it gets used. So
Right, exactly.
so
They're like, hey,
please.
I'm donating this money because we know how important it is.
Yeah.
And I've done this 15 years, so they know that it's a legit camp.
Absolutely.
That I work hard, and the camp, and all my teachers and all the staff work hard, and the kids love it.
The
and they
reputation
leave.
is established itself as a quality week-long camp for kids to participate.
Right. I had one of the donors come last year to check out the camp. And because he checked out the camp, he donated more this year because
That's
he saw
awesome.
the value.
Yeah.
He's like, the camp is awesome. I hope all the kids sign up for Camp Invention because it's so good.
Absolutely. That would
You
be
know?
the problem we want. We want it to where we have so many kids that you have to turn them away because there's so many. And we've come close in years past.
Oh, we have. We
But,
actually have reached our number.
Yeah.
Right
but
now, we haven't gotten
Right
there
now,
yet.
numbers are down a little bit. So if you want to get in on this camp, you're guaranteed to get a spot, but you gotta get on. Like I said, if you want to do just save the $15 real quick, go to invent.org. You do it today before the 18th. Sign up here. But if you would like to take advantage of a partial scholarship, just call or email Peggy direct here, and don't go to Camp Invent or invent.org to sign up because
For a scholarship.
yeah, for a
right?
scholarship. If you just want to sign up for the camp, don't need a scholarship, or want to use the $15 one, you can go through the website. But if you do need more help than that $15, just call Peggy direct or shoot her an email. Probably call her because basically she's going to tell you explain your story. This is what's going
Right.
on. I got 3 kids, or I just started a new job. Ain't gonna whatever it is, whatever you're she'll hear it, and all right, well, I can offer you this, or how much do you need to make this work for you? Obviously, because Peggy and a lot of people believe it, you got to have a vested interest in something, so there's not
Right.
going to be a full scholarship.
Right.
You can't pay for the whole $255, but we could pay a good hunk if
Oh,
that
yes,
will
I
help
can.
you do it. But we want you to contribute some, so you will make sure that your child's there every day, taking advantage of it. It's something that was vested interest, something so you have a little skin in the game too.
Right. And somebody who volunteers at the camp gets a significant discount as well.
Absolutely.
So, and
Maybe
so-
that's it. You
and-
got a free week on your hands, and
Right.
and can help out there. And you don't have to be a science expert, but
No,
yeah,
not at all.
If you're good at wrangling kids, that's half the battle right there.
Right. Or helping on the teachers or whatever.
And if you're a parent, you probably got those skills in there.
That's right.
You've been wrangling a
That's
kid or
true.
two for a while now, or a group of them.
Yes, and I wanted to mention the LITs, the middle school, as you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the campers are entering kindergarten to entering 6th. Okay. Middle school is entering 7th, entering 9th. if the parents want to sign them up now, the only way they can sign them up, because it's 30 days before, is calling the 800 number.
Okay. And that's 800-968-4332.
Right. And they're $155 instead of $255.
Okay.
So they get $100 off.
Nice.
It's just the LITs have to register over the phone.
Gotcha.
Everybody else can call me, or just go to invent.org/camp or Google Camp Invention. You'll find it.
Yeah.
And then I also still need one leadership intern.
Okay.
So if there's a high school, and I'll take more than one, that's fine. But
you need at least one.
So if there's a high school or college student out there who wants to volunteer, I'm love to have them.
All right. So reach out, call Peggy direct again, 575-420-9955, or shoot her an email, pbohlin2016@gmail.com. That's PBOHLIN 2016@gmail.com. And then, like you said, if you're interested in being an LIT, you got to call the 1-800 number direct. That's the only way you can sign up. Not through the website, not through Peggy, but by calling 1-800-868-4332. And if you missed any of that,
they get a cool package too.
Yeah.
I mean, Camp Invention sends them a package when they're an LIT, so they get extra stuff.
So it's like their own special.
That's right. They
click.
get swag. They Camp Invention swag if they're an LIT.
Nice.
And it's $100 cheaper.
Yeah. And you get all the advantage of learning all the stuff and having the fun of participating and building the projects and doing all that too.
Exactly.
So, very cool.
So, yeah, camp. I'm looking forward to camp. I think it's going to be a great year.
It is. And it's coming up quick. June 6th through the 10th. Again, 9 to 3:30 for the normal camp hours. Extended camp if you'd like to do so. Again, by the way, that's an additional $80 if you'd like the extended camp. And that runs from 7:30 to 5:30. So you'll get there earlier, and then they can stay later.
Except on Friday.
Except on Friday,
they leave because we're breaking down the
3
camp.
o'clock, 3:30 rather. That's
3:30.
That's it. Camp's over 3:30 Friday, regardless. So.
Yes. Yeah, we really need to break down the camp, and we'll have First United Methodist Church back to how they had it before we.
That's a great facility there.
And, it is. It's really nice, and it's central in town. That's what I like about it. I mean, I try to stay central.
Sure.
Because everybody then.
And they're a great church that really offers up their building to a lot of folks in our community. And a lot of, I mean, my American Legion meets over there. They just, a lot of different, the pantry, they just constantly helping the community here. So we appreciate them allowing you to call it home this year again.
Right.
So that's awesome.
Right. Well, we've never been at First United Methodist.
That's right. I was thinking last year for some reason you guys were there.
No, it was a different one.
It was a different one. Okay. I don't know. In my head, I was thinking last year, but oh well. I've slept since then. Again, invent.org/camp. The 800 number, if you want to be an LIT or sign up, you can do. Right. But LIT's got to go through this. Right. 800-968-4432.
No. 4332.
Oh, sorry, 43. My blind eyes wrote it wrong. 4332.
You need a new prescription.
I need thicker glasses. And again, this is for kids entering kindergarten through 6th grade.
Yes.
LITs are your 7th through 9th graders.
Yeah, entering.
And it's a different cost. It's about $100 cheaper there.
Yes, $100 cheaper.
And then, of course, invent.org/camp is the website. And if you have any questions or need a partial scholarship or want just to learn more about anything camping or be a volunteer or anything, reach out to Peggy direct, 575-420-9955. Again, that's 575-420-9955, or email pbohlin, Bohlin, pbohlin2016@gmail.com.
Right. And please, whoever's listening, please spread the word.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have kids, tell your neighbors that have kids, and tell them about Camp Invention, and tell them to go check out the website.
Yes.
And if you've got an elementary age kid, they're going to get a lot out of this.
A neighbor, a grandchild, nephew, niece.
Yep.
Tell the world.
Tell the world. Get these kids in there, and let's make it so when they go back to school in the fall that they're armed a little bit better, because they're going to have some better stuff to.
That's right.
More fun and more learning here. So.
Right. I'm excited. I think I have a couple texts already.
Good deal.
I'm hoping more people will text or call me today.
Good deal.
Because you're saying phone call, but people have texted me as well.
Yeah, you can shoot a text. I always say that.
Especially if they're at work. They go,
some younger folks more go to the text first than the phone. I'm not of that age. I go to phone first. So, well, Peggy, as always, appreciate it. We'll see you here in a couple weeks to remind folks again as we get a little closer. But don't wait for her to come in next time. Go ahead and sign up today.
Yes.
Get signed up. especially if you need these partial scholarships. Let's get all that in place and locked down. So come June 6th, all you're doing is getting ready for camp. So
Right, and Explore 15 if you need just $15 off.
Yep.
Expires May 18th.
Yeah, it's your last chance. 2 days, May 18th. By close of business that day, it's done. So
So,
good deal. Well, thank you, ma'am.
all right, thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Yes.